onto the Showdown
Yes.
of episode 50.
Yes.
It is the first semi-final of the DC Heroes bracket.
Ooh.
We have Swamp Thing versus Red Hood.
Yes.
Red Hood is supposed to have the advantage here.
He is.
Don't know what that's going to be.
Neither do I.
Going to be honest with you. I think we run this real quick and just make the entire Superhero Showdown a short.
Oh.
Swamp Thing stomps Red Hood in about 3 seconds. I don't think that's the case completely. I think Red Hood. I think the best bet as an advantage is his guns have incendiary rounds, because I think we know plants don't like fire.
Well, yeah. He has I'm down with that. He has incendiary rounds, and he knows what he's against.
Yeah, he's aware of what he's up against. He's packed his incendiary rounds. He's ready for this fight. Now, as someone who mained Red Hood in Injustice 2, I myself as Red Hood beat the ever-loving shit out of something.
Oh, of course.
However, in the real fake world, I think it's a real tricky thing, because it's not just like, oh, it's in the middle of a city, so we're safe because there's no trees around, because he can bring the trees out of the ground underneath the concrete and break the concrete. I think Red Hood survives a good while.
Yeah.
I think I genuinely think his biggest issue is the bloodlustedness of Swamp Thing.
Yeah, and it's that whole thing of, which happened last time with Swamp Thing, was like, I'm sorry, but as soon as those vines get a hold, it's that thing of like, he can hold it off for as long as, but like, as soon as, like, there comes a point where like something slightly slips up and then he's overwhelmed. Like,
So
it's like
I
too
think in a normal fight, the incendiary rounds would be enough to make Swamp Thing go, fuck, this hurts, I'm off.
Yeah.
But he's bloodlusted, so he's going to keep fighting, and it won't be enough to kill him. It's just going to hurt like a bitch, which is going to make him angrier, and eventually the vines will get hold of him, and he will literally rip him apart.
I think I'm guessing in the comics Red Hood would have fought Poison Ivy at time.
Yes.
So like, he has that sort of experience, which I do think helps him in the sense of like, he's fought things like this before. Like, he can understand what weakness, and like we say, like, he knows what he's doing. But I think it's a case of like, he has incendiary rounds. Like, I'm sorry, there comes a point when he reloads.
Yeah.
And it's like, in that moment, Swamp Thing gets a hold, boom, overwhelmed. Like, Swamp Thing's not going to give up. There's no like, oh, like, I've got him on a weakness. He's like kind of being cautious. No, he's bloodlusted. Doesn't care. He's going to keep going. So that moment of reloading or rearming himself, like, that's his weakest point, and that's when Swamp Thing's going to take advantage. And like you say,
I completely agree.
Rip apart, like, crush him, whatever it is.
Suffocate him, yeah, the lot. But I do think Red Hood makes a very honest fight of it, and he really makes him fucking work for it. He doesn't give up easy, that's for sure.
Oh yeah, Swamp Thing comes out of that thing charred and beaten,
angry.
But yeah, like, he ain't looking good at the end of it, but I don't think Red Hood can do enough.
I'm very much agreeing with you there. I think.
So yeah, let us know in the comments.
Swamp Thing is our first finalist for the DC Heroes portion of the bracket. Next week we will.
Tough shit.
Disagree, make sure you subscribe and like so that we remember to read your angry comment.
Yes.
Next week we'll be finding out the second finalist with Raven versus Blue Beetle, which will be a good one.